Speaker Ryan addressing the budget, which passed 216 to 212. Speaker Ryan said it takes us one step closer to tax reform. We'll get the details on the plan maybe in about a week's time. And he said they were going to work out a solution to the difficult issues of state and local taxes. Can you deduct them? And the 401ks. Can you restrict them? The White House just releasing this statement on the budget vote. Here it is. President Trump applauds Congress for passing its pro-growth budget and fulfilling its obligation to the American people. This resolution sets the stage for Congress to put America first by providing economic relief for the American people in the form of tax cuts and tax reform. President Trump has always made cutting taxes for hardworking American families, creating more jobs for American workers, and simplifying the rigged and burdensome tax code a priority. And he looks forward to further cooperation with Congress to advance their administration's pro-growth and pro-jobs agenda. We just got this from Congressman Tom MacArthur, Republican from New Jersey, on why he was a no vote on the budget. He tells Fox Business, quote, the Senate added language that puts SALT, that's state and local taxes, on the chopping block, and we still don't have a deal. Again, 7 New York congressmen and 4 New Jersey Republicans. They were no votes because of the state and local tax issue. Nan, still with us. Nan, to you first this time. Now, Speaker Ryan says, look, we're going to work out the SALT.
Right.
That state and local tax, get a solution. Right. We're going to work out a solution, 401ks. Right. In my opinion, both of them have to go.
Well, that would certainly be my first inclination, Stuart. I think the 401ks will be more cherished because those apply to every citizen across the country.
But they want to make changes to 401ks.
Yes,
I'm saying you can't do that.
No, I agree with you. But I think of the ones that they're going to favor, of those two categories of provisions, they're going to cherish the 401k more than the SALT. I think they'll work out a compromise on SALT. This is the challenge between what I call the staticists and the dynamicists. Basically, the staticists want to preserve revenue streams instead of imagining, as those who view a dynamic effect of tax reform, the fact that we will grow the economy, we will make up for, the Laffer curve. Our Laffer's right. So I hope that those who worry much about revenue streams will yield to the ones who favor the dynamic of relieving taxes at every level we can. OK, we shall see how this works out, of course. Dan Henninger, what say you on state and local taxes, getting the reduction, yes or no, and tinkering with 401ks?
Well, I guess I would say a couple of things about that, Stuart. To my mind, the best way to think about this project, the tax reform, is that the president says over and over again he wants to achieve 2 things. He wants to achieve a tax cut for the middle class, and he wants a 20% corporate tax rate. Those are the 2 things he wants. The corporate tax rate doesn't get much attention, didn't really come up in this press conference. This is because the middle-class tax cut is largely a political issue. It involves things like 401ks. It's very public. On the other hand, the reason for the 20% corporate tax rate is so that corporations will take some of that money, plow it back into capital investment, raise wages for everybody, including the middle class. Same reason you're trying to bring profits back from overseas. But to do all that, you need to sort of pay for it all. And that's why the continuing discussion of state and local taxes, there's a lot of revenue in there to help underwrite the larger bill. One of the key players in the entire budget debate and the tax reform debate is, of course, Kevin Brady, who chairs the House Ways and Means Committee. Our own Colin McShane has been speaking to Kevin Brady after the vote to say yes on the budget. Coming in, Colin, what did he say?
Yeah, just off camera and real quick, Stuart, to follow up, Dan Henninger's making the right point there, and Kevin Brady's keenly aware of what the issue is. He told us that they're working with lawmakers, meaning the leadership, to make sure, and this is a quote from him, that people keep more of what they earn regardless of where they live. So they know what the issue is, but they don't know what the solution to that is. There's all kinds of discussions here on Capitol Hill about this tax, how, to Dan's point, this tax bill gets paid for, and that's part of it. So they don't want to give in too quickly on this, but Brady was asked about it and was keenly aware coming out that they've got to get a solution on that first before anything else, before 401ks or anything else. That seems to be his priority. He says he's working on a solution and hopes to have one, and he also told us there will be a bill next week. We'll see the introduction introduction of a bill here next week.
Okay, and he will be, Kevin Brady, on this show at this time tomorrow. That will be Friday, about 11:45 on the show. Colonel, thank you very much indeed. Valiant service from Dan Hanger and Nan Hayward. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us on a very important day, I do declare.